How can this be? You're a body cultivator? But how can you be this fast? Who said that body cultivators can't also cultivate their speed? Someone like you, who only trains their speed and disregards their body, is doomed to be a failure. Lin Tianyu felt a sharp pain digging its way into him. He let out one final wail before his eyes lost their light and slumped on the ground. A cultivator in the first layer of the bone-forging realm actually managed to defeat a 7th-layer master with a kick, and said master is a disciple of the Kuaihua forest, one of the 7 royal families. Miss Dan Dan, you've seen it here. I'm not just rough with women, I treat men the same way as well. Even if your fiancé doesn't die now, he won't be able to have children anymore. You wouldn't blame me for this, would you? You're so great. With you here, what use do you have for that piece of garbage? Relax, when you marry into my Huayu Towers, the Kuaihua forest won't dare to trouble you. Then I'll have to thank Miss Dan Dan for the care you've given to me. However, Zhuo Fan eyed Xiao Dandan's last vestige of dignity. Based on the rules, your fiancé is on the losing side of the competition, thus I should be taking off your last piece of clothing. Brother, you'll be my man in the future. Do you really wanna embarrass me in front of so many people? Didn't you hear what I said before? The one insulting others is now being insulted himself. I didn't just say that for your fiancé to hear. Zhuo Fan's eyes turned sharp. Suddenly, a loud shout came, "Stop!" and 2 blue silk ribbons drifted over. Zhuo Fan's hand froze in shock. Heavenly profound. I can't reveal my identity right now. So, I just need to showcase how strong I am but within limits. Unlike that known deviant, Zhuo Fan, who could kill a profound heaven expert. What followed next was the arrival of the owner of the ribbons. The people lowered their heads in respect, as did Dong Tianba and his sister. While she walked with light steps, she extended a dainty finger and tapped Xiao Dandan's forehead. What happened? Xiao Dandan looked around in confusion. Why did I do such a thing? She cried in shock and her face went beet red. Foolish child, you've been deceived yet you're still unaware. The woman in blue shook her head, then her eyes snapped to Zhuo Fan. Little brother, if you want to marry a woman from the Huayu Towers, you can fight for her with your skills. Using such tricks as the soul-ensnaring enchanting voice, don't you think it's a bit underhanded? No wonder she's the Huayu Towers Qianxian master. She truly knows a lot. And even managed to discern the rarely seen soul-ensnaring enchanting voice at a glance. The miss is correct, but sadly, I have no intention of pursuing Miss Dan Dan. All this was just to give her a taste of her medicine. Master, don't listen to that bastard. He dares humiliate your disciple in front of this crowd. Clearly, he doesn't have any regard for our Huayu Towers. However, the blue woman eyed her coldly and shouted, "Shut up, do you still want to be laughed at? Unless you have a reason for what you've done, just the fact that you've used the dark arts to entrance a woman from the Huayu Towers is enough to make me want to bring you to justice." The woman then turned her attention to Dong Xiaowan and spoke in apology. "Little miss, this child, Dan Dan, has been severely spoiled by her master. When we go back, I'll be sure to punish her. So please forgive her." "Ah, I don't dare to." The lady in blue smiled as she flew, and 2 ribbons took Xiao Dandan and the unconscious Lin Tianyu. Could it be? Zhuo Fan frowned as he watched her leave. Does she know who I am? Brother. Dong Tianba came with the rest to Zhuo Fan to express his gratitude. This time we've been saved thanks to you. If not, our Dong family wouldn't be able to show our faces again. Big brother song. Thanks. The territory of the 7 royal families is truly not a good place to stay. Brother Dong, who's that woman in green clothing? She's the master of the Qing Hua Tower, the number 1 tower of the 15th Huayu Towers, Qin Cai Qing. I see, so that's why her cultivation is this refined. Turns out she was the master of a tower. Hey, we're lucky she's the master of the Qing Hua Tower. Rumor has it that she's very righteous, and wouldn't bully people that are of lower status. If we had met the master of the Dudan Tower, who is known to only protect her disciples and has a terrible temper, then we wouldn't be forgiven this easily. But, if that Qin Cai Qing knows my true identity, then why didn't she reveal it? Or is she afraid that she can't beat me alone, so she left in search of help? Brother, I barely recognize you anymore. Brother Dong. I have something urgent to do, so I'll be leaving first. Let's talk some other day. Hey, I haven't even thanked you enough, but you're already leaving. The 15 Huayu Towers. The Huayu Towers headquarters, reception hall. The master of the Dudan Tower, the 13th Huayu Tower. A charming and enticing woman in red sat in the lounge. She wore a thin veil, obscuring her most prominent features. Elder Ling keeps staring at this slave. Could there be something dirty on this slave's body? Cough cough, it's nothing, Dudan Tower's master. The old man faked his cough and showed an embarrassed smile. This slave is only curious as to why the head of the Huayu Towers isn't here, and instead has sent the Dudan Tower's master to entertain the guests. Could it be that Elder Ling thinks that Dudan is bad at entertaining guests and wants the head to do it personally? The lady fluttered her eyes at him. The Dudan Tower's master is very hospitable, extremely, exceedingly. Hey. Oi. Uncle, I'm here to attend the Baidan festival, not to see you two flirt. An angry snort came from Peony Overseer's right, a red-haired elderly. If the Baidan festival isn't starting soon, I'll have to excuse myself. I've got something better to do. Yo, Yuming Valley's fifth elder, where'd you get that hot temper? 000 when we start the Baidan festival is for our head to decide. Right now, the 7 royal families aren't all present, so how can we begin? Dudan, just ignore his nonsense. Ever since that day, when 3 elders from the Yuming Valley were killed by some boy, their reputation has hit rock bottom, so why would they have the mood to attend the Baidan festival? Right now, the 5th elder must still be pondering about when he'll be killed by that kid. Other than that, he's probably also worrying about when his family's elders will suspiciously die one day. Having to constantly panic over every single thing, it mustn't be very comfortable, haha. Ling Zitian, you fucking piece of shit. 5th elder slapped the table and glared at the middle-aged man. Once you've met him, the amount of elders that'll be killed in the Kwaihua forest will be many more. What? You wanna go at it? What did you just say? Their power was on full display and sparks could fly at any second. Haha. How lively. But laughter interrupted their staring contest. The 2 elders want to fight, count this sir in 2. Those words were made by a man in a green robe entering the guest hall. A youth in his 20s came following behind the elder. He was at peak bone tempering stage. Yet, his tone lacked the respect and manner one should have when talking to the 3 other people present there. Master, you truly are a well-renowned person. When you appeared, both the Yuming Valley and the Kwaihua forest went silent. The trio's faces turned ashen, their anger was slowly rising. Elder Yang, shouldn't you discipline your disciple? He has such terrible manners. Is this how someone from the younger generation should talk to their elders? Yuming Valley's 5th, why take the time to argue with a kid? Is this how an elder should act? Yeah, you don't even have the attitude of an elder, so why should I respect you as an elder? The youth's brash voice was tinted with mockery. 5th elder shivered and his face turned red, itching to pry this fool's head from his body. But he forced his anger down and resumed to clenching his fists. Lin Zitian eyed the 5th elder's anger and secretly sighed. He had some reservations when looking at the elder in green as he forced a laughter. I didn't think that an unimportant event such as the Baidan festival could manage to gather 4 out of the 7 royal families. How lively indeed. Especially with Elder Yang present, this festival will definitely proceed smoothly. Ling Zitian, you don't have to pretend to like me. This sir knows that you can't stand seeing him. But the problem started with the person who named this the Baidan festival. Without me, the vicious medicine king, how can this be called the Baidan festival? The elder in green didn't give Lin Zitian any respect and even mocked him to the point Lin Zitian turned his head away. Elder Yang Song, I don't remember our Huayu Towers ever inviting your Yarrow Wang Hall, so why did you come uninvited? The Dudan Tower's temper is as volatile as ever, it seems. Within this Tianyu Empire, wherever this sir wants to go, he shall go. Who can block him? This sir is adamant on going to your Huayu Towers today, unless you really want to chase this sir out. She was poised to attack, but Lin Zitian stopped her. Dudan Tower's master, calm down. Please, Dudan Tower's master, look at the bigger picture. How is it that the Dudan Tower's master who acts like a little girl, and is unable to hold her temper, be a master? Master, what you've said is correct. A bunch of girls can't accomplish anything significant. These Huayu Towers are clearly the weakest family within the 7 royal families. The youth ridiculed. The eyes of the 3 turned sharply. This vicious medicine king is too arrogant. Even his disciple has no respect for anyone. A beauty in blue floated in, the iris overseer, Qin Saiching. Little brother, us Huayu Towers may consist primarily of women, but we have had a stable footing in the Tianyu Empire for thousands of years. There is, of course, a reason for that. So, not just anyone can criticize us. Senior sister, you're finally back. Where have you been? An uninvited guest has barged into our place, and your sister doesn't know what to do. Wasn't I cleaning up your disciple's mess? I've told you before, you have to be strict towards your disciples, so that they don't tarnish our Huayu Tower's reputation. Who is she? What did she do? Shaking her head, Qin Saiqing simply clapped. 2 female disciples brought Xiao Dandan, who was still wrapped in the blue ribbon. With her curves full on display, she earned the youth's fiery gaze. Tian Yu. Who was it? Who was it that had wounded him to this state? Master, is that lad hurt badly? Even if he manages to live through this, he'll be disabled for the rest of his life. Whoever did this is quite cruel. Yang Song enjoyed others' misfortune. The youth laughed in ridicule. The disciples of the Kuaihua forest are so weak. To be able to be harmed to this state, the master's abilities mustn't be any better. I simply don't agree with junior brother's words. I've seen that person. He may be young, but his strength is on par with a genius disciple of the 7 royal families. Junior brother may be a disciple of elder Yang, but even if it's you, he might still have the upper hand. Senior sister, since you saw him, why didn't you capture him? Are his abilities better than yours? Peony Overseer jerked. That may not be true, and you know my attitude. I wouldn't do something without an actual reason. Dan, explain what had happened just now, starting from the very beginning. Yes, master. Xiao Dandan sobbed a nod, then retold the events. So, it's like that. I don't know what is going on in the Tianyu Empire, but ever since that genius was known, it seems that the other families are starting to look down at our 7 royal families. Harais, if we don't control the situation now, will anyone even respect us in the future? Isn't that because of your Yuming Valley's incompetence? Even now, you still aren't able to capture that lad, and because of that, you've even dragged the other 6 families to feel disappointed with you. Yang Song mocked. Yeah, this is our fault. But needing the elders to settle he fights of their disciples, isn't that an embarrassment to the 7 royal families? 5th elder wasn't angry as he turned to the youth behind him with a smile. Ling Zitian, it's a pity that you didn't bring one of your disciples with you today. If not, you could have sent him to get revenge for Tian Yu and maybe salvage the remains of Dandan's reputation. The youth jumped in front of Xiao Dandan before Lin Zitian could reply, and took her arm. Come with me, I'll get revenge for you. Outrageous. This lad has no discipline at all. He dares to drag away this madam's disciple, right in front of this madam. Peony Overseer's lip trembled in rage. And with that short declaration, the 2 were gone, causing the 5th elder to show a broad smile. In this world, women are destined to follow after men. Your Huayu towers aren't going to last long. Yang Song waved his hand as he walked off. It seems that old man has also realized it. The 5th elder's eyes squinted as he too took the initiative to leave. Why is everyone leaving? Lin Zitian frowned, eyeing Qin Saiqing with a profound gaze. Qinghua Tower's master. Are you sure that person isn't the infamous, devilish genius? Ha! That genius. Peony Overseer jerked. I'm not sure. That lad's talent may be irregular, but it isn't to the point where he can kill a heavenly profound master. Maybe he's just pretending. Even the vicious medicine king has gone to watch the competition. If that person really is that genius, the one who killed Yu Guiqi, then if his disciple went there, he's going to die. When that happens, Yang Song will definitely put his foot down, but we don't know if this genius will be able to kill the vicious medicine king who's even more dangerous than Yu Guiqi. I hope he really is that genius. Under the faint rays of dusk, Shuofan was venturing alone through the city. It's been a while. Yet there's no sign of any masters coming after me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Wasn't my identity discovered? HMPH, a bunch of good-for-nothings. Lowlifes will always remain lowlifes, just like how cheap mud can't make the wall last long. No wonder you're all sent to the ghettos. Shuofan spoke in a harsh voice, no longer paying them any heed. Shuofan suddenly halted. His eyes watched the house before him with skepticism. That house at the end of the road, it looks better than the others I've passed. But why doesn't anyone live there? Brother, if you need shelter, come with me. Why? Harais, you've just arrived so you don't know. Just behind there lives a woman with a contagious disease. Her entire body is filled with poison. There used to be some people who didn't know about it and went to live in that house. Even if they'd never touched that woman, they would still die in 3 days. Yeah, the people here, no matter how poor, wouldn't dare live in this place. It's only because of the Baidan festival that in these months, there's no more space in the Huayu Towers, so we were sent to this hellhole. Those bastards, the Huayu Towers who are the masters of the Huayu city, why haven't they chased that woman out and instead left her here to cause trouble? No matter how scary that woman may be, she came to this place first. Let's not talk about the fact that you barged into this place, Now you even want to chase her out, not to mention some of you might want to kill her. Who are the dangerous ones here? Shouldn't it be obvious? Brother, do you want to die? The dissolving demon secrets can melt away everything on this earth. Naturally it'd include this contagious disease of hers. Don't worry, I still have a long way to go. Zhuo Fan waved him off. The further I go, the colder it becomes. This is definitely not just a contagious disease, it must be a ruse. Who is it? Zhuo Fan followed the shout to see a girl before a broken-down house in rough linen staring at him. The girl may be dressed in coarse linen, hiding her form and face, but her pure eyes caught Zhuo Fan off guard. What beautiful eyes! Zhuo Fan admired. The girl's cheeks turned a tint rosier. Her eyes lowered a bit but still had the same coldness. Who are you? And who let you in here? This slave is Song Yu from Yiyu City. I've come to attend the Bai Dan festival. But because I'm from a low-ranking family, I could only settle here. If you want to live here then go to the front. Are you not afraid of dying by coming here? Yes, miss. This slave believed death is unimportant. Those guys in front are all selfish and ungrateful. I'm frankly disgusted to even live with them. If I could, I'd rather die in this lonely place. You fool, don't try and pretend to be smart in front of me. Do you think I'd believe you? She huffed. Zhuo Fan made a heartbroken face. Lady, I'll be honest. All the people before are stronger than me and I can't beat them. If you throw me out, I will die at their hands. To such a sound argument, the lady nodded, believing it somewhat. From now on, you shall sleep over there. Remember, don't come out at night. Or else you'll die. Yes, miss, I promise that I won't wander around idly. He narrowed his eyes and his revering gaze now turned to one of coldness. Her cultivation, I wasn't able to see through it. Could she have broken through to the god realm? Or is she just a regular human being? But if she's just a normal person, in front of me, a bone refinement master, why would she have such an aura? Zhuo Fan's mouth perked up into a grin and entered his house. H, how interesting. Even if you won't let me go out, whatever happens in the night, I'll definitely get to the bottom of it. Time trickled by and the night cast a cloak of darkness over the slums. A sudden ripple came from the slums, followed by a sharp decrease in temperature. Zhuo Fan shivered and muttered, I was right. It's definitely a stratagem. His hand flashed and revealed a small bottle. It contained the same pill he used in All Beast Mountain Range, an energy-concealing pill. Zhuo Fan flicked it into the air and a flash of red came from his body and swallowed it. Once the blood-red baby swallows this aura-concealing pill, even if the other person is a Tian Xian Shenjiao master, it still won't be discovered that easily. Now go. That place was in ruins that formed an odd array. The lady sat upright in its center, deep in meditation. The bright moonlight, with its extreme coldness, entered inside the array then her body, while the rest chilled the slums. A third-rate stratagem, the moon stratagem. So that's how those people that came here before died. That woman is just trying to heal her disease. Those people didn't know better and walked near the site and had the moonlight's demonic force sucked into their body. Those without the strength to handle it will die on the spot. But the reason why that woman is sucking in so much moonlight's demonic force is to suppress the poison circulating in her body. By using this method, she's only temporarily solving her problems and ignoring the consequences that will come later. Too much moonlight's demonic force can damage the arteries. By the end of it, she'll be disabled. And if the poison flares up at that time, it'll be more intense than before. To put it in simple terms, she'll die if it flares up then. I wonder what type of poison it is, to have to use such an extreme method of suppression. At the first ray of dawn, in its shine, the ice on the scourge woman thawed. The lady opened her eyes and sighed with exhaustion. Miss. A cry of shock came from Zhuo Fan, holding fruits to his bosom as he staggered towards her. The scourge woman jumped to her feet and waved the leaves to cover the array. Didn't I tell you not to wander around? What are you doing here? Miss. You said to not walk around at night, but it's already daytime. The scourge woman was stunned, then blushed. She rebuked. If you want to stay here, then just stay in that dilapidated house. Don't idle about, even in the day, or I'll kick you out. Oh. He hanged his head and walked away with remorse. Miss, you can see that I don't look so good. Here, have these fruits that I picked for you this morning. Thanks for letting me live here. He made himself out to seem as though he was a particularly bleak figure, filled with loneliness who had suffered a dash of injustice. The woman turned from him to the fruits and her heart softened. Picking one up. She still ate the fruits I gave her. If she accepts my fruits, that means that I have made an impression on her. Zhuo Fan's back was towards her, but his soul gave him full knowledge of her every move. He let out a devious grin. The next step now is to get closer to her and try to figure out what type of poison she's been inflicted with. Medicine that revives the dead is only a minute difference away from being a poison that can kill. Since I have nothing to do, might as well start by investigating this woman. Maybe I'll find some clues along the way. Hey, women may be good at deceiving. But, Zhuo Fan snickered inside as he slumped away from her sight. They are also easily deceived. The Scourge woman was doing her usual routine, sitting upright on a rock, absorbing the sunshine one breath at a time. A sudden hubbub pierced her ears, disturbing her inner peace. Kill him. Kill that bastard. She watched a throng of people raving. Beat him. Kill that bastard. She shook her head ready to leave, but Zhuo Fan yelled at the top of his lungs. I won't allow you to slander her. She's a good person. That damn woman has caused so many deaths, yet you're still defending her. You deserve to die. Everything is first come, first served. She lived here first. You guys are the ones that came and took her space and died due to some unknown cause. Now you're putting the blame on the missus' head. Are you guys even men anymore? This brat is still being stubborn. Kill him before that happens. Yes, this brat is clearly on her side. The crowd began chanting like madmen. Hold it. A crisp shout rang in their ears. They turned in shock, then shivered in fear, staggering away. It's that woman. Be careful, everyone. Don't get close to her. The Scourge woman walked straight to Zhuo Fan and helped him stand. She only eyed the crowd around them, then brought him back to the plagued house. The dazzling show of light struck the core of everyone. Time to knock off for the day. Let's divide the money. Nice. There are over 10,000 of them in this pile alone. Isn't that lad supposed to be from some third-rate family? How could he have so many spiritual stones on him? Hey, stop butting in on other people's matters. If he wants to pay people to beat him up, then it's his business. As that young master said, there are 50,000 here altogether. Each person can only take 1,000, no more no less. I see, that young master must be wanting to seduce that woman, but even if he wants to seduce someone, why not a disciple from the Huayu Towers? Does he want to die? To try and get together with that woman. But his words were welcomed with a flurry of blows. The man turned in shock at the angry stocky man. I just told you guys. After receiving your money, forget about what happened today and don't mention this to anyone else. If it's because of one or two chatterboxes that results in this information being leaked, all of us here will be doomed. Isn't he just a rich, young master? How can he be any threat? Even if he's from a second-rate family, stop talking, you moron. It's only because you haven't seen it for yourself. If you offend that young master, you definitely won't want to know what will happen next. He's a demon that's wearing a human suit. Those that disobey him were reduced to dust with the wave of his hand, except for me. In a flash, they clamped their mouths and left after taking their share of spirit stones. On the other side, the Scourge woman took Zhuo Fan to the broken-down house. A small bottle appeared in her hand after seeing his bruised-up and bleeding body. She ordered in a rather cold voice, "Here, eat this." Zhuo Fan knew it was a healing pill, but he turned his head away. How could those useless bone-tempering men even dent his perfect fifth-grade demonic treasure body? His wounds were self-inflicted to stir pity in the Scourge woman's heart. The woman, however, was perplexed. Are you afraid that this is poisonous? If I accepted this without hesitation, aren't you going to instantly leave me afterwards? I'm not even afraid of you, so why would I be afraid of a pill? Didn't you tell me to scram? Why did you still come to my aid? Then, why are you speaking up for me in front of them? Aren't you afraid of being beaten to death? If I were slightly late to arrive, you would have died. Of course, I knew that if someone had absorbed the moonlight's demonic force the day before, they would have to sit at the place where the sun shines the brightest and absorb its scorching hot rays the next day, and use it to warm their blood. So I'd already searched out the perfect time and the place where the sun shines the brightest and hired some men to put on a show. When one is disturbed while trying to cultivate, even the most patient person will go and find the cause. You could say that everything is going along with my plans. Zhuo Fan laughed inside. Zhuo Fan turned his head and stared right in her eyes. And all of this is to take down the barrier surrounding her heart, so that she will let me into her heart. Until her own eyes faltered away. He spoke with emotion. My mother used to say that the eyes are the window to one's soul. People with beautiful eyes can't be bad people. Sister, you have beautiful eyes, and you're willing to accept me. You must be a good person. Those people that slander your name and harm others, I'll definitely protect your good name against their word. The effect was obvious. The Scourge woman's cheeks tinted red and snapped, "Sweet talker, of course. The easiest way for a man to take down a woman's barrier is not to speak sweet nothings into her ear, but instead to evoke their maternal instincts. Thank you, Brother Dong. Thank you for your ways of seducing women. Sister, I've known you for this long, but I still don't know how to call you. What do you mean by for this long? We've only met for a total of 3 times. Rolling her eyes, the Scourge woman mumbled, "You, call me Sister Choo Choo." "Okay then, Sister Choo Choo." Zhuo Fan put on a puppy-eyed face that made even him nauseous. "I'm about to puke from all this acting. But there's no other way. Women only buy this trick. Suck it up. Now, you can finally eat the pill. Feed me, Sister Choo Choo." Zhuo Fan smiled and opened his mouth. Sighing, Choo Choo shook her head helpless, glared, but she still extended him a pill with her dainty hand. Zhuo Fan saw her hand approaching and grabbed her wrist suddenly, pouring in his yuan qi. His yuan qi didn't travel far as a sudden chill, caused by the yin power, broke his contact, and a thin layer of ice crystals formed on his hand. Zhuo Fan was in shock. This is her. The thing residing in her body is